Don't forget to check us out on Patreon, where you'll receive exclusive content to videos that are not available on YouTube. And for those of you that like the one video instead of the 2 video format, you get that as well.
Bam.
For $1.
Bam.
It's $1 a month.
Yep. I think we're cooler than a bag of Cheetos.
You can't even get that for $1.
Hey, that's true. Not hot Cheetos, though. Only like regular Cheetos.
So check us out on Patreon, guys. We hope to see you there. What's up, guys? Your boys are back again. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
Yeah, what's shaking, guys, man? Shout out to the Free Thinkers, of course.
Man, Classic Rock Marathon just keeps rolling with Stevie Nicks, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Gina Scroll, man. Scroll?
I think that's how you pronounce it.
It's SGRO. Scroll is how I think it's pronounced. But shout out to Gina. She's one of our patrons. Go ahead.
Because she be closing escrow, right?
Yeah, she's closing us.
That's what George said when we were trying to figure out how to pronounce her name.
I was like, yeah, you know, they call her escrow, though. You know what I'm saying? No, but Gina's one of our patrons, man, and she's been campaigning for us to kind of incorporate more female legendary rock artists in the equation, and we agree.
Thank you for holding us accountable, Gina. We appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. And Stevie Nicks, we've had some experience, obviously now with Stevie Nicks doing some of the Fleetwood Mac videos,
which was fire.
Yeah, we did Dreams and Go Your Own Way. Both are on Patreon, by the way. We got Go Your Own Way was blah, but whatever. Yeah, so shout out to Gina again, man, for kind of reminding us about incorporating female artists onto the channel, man. We want to make sure that we touch them because they've been huge contributors to rock history as well,
especially Stevie
Nicks, man. Based off of what we were reading before we cut the cameras on, man. She had an incredible solo career outside of Fleetwood Mac, right? It says here, Stephanie Nicks.
Stephanie Lynn.
I wonder if she hates being called Stephanie. Something tells me she hates being called Stephanie, but I could be wrong. So it says Stevie Nicks, of course, is known for her voice, her mystical stage persona, her poetic, symbolic lyrics. She's had 8 solo records. She sold over 140 million records with her solo career and Fleetwood Mac. She was the first female inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. So once with Fleetwood Mac and another time just with her solo stuff. That's crazy. Yeah. That's insane.
That's crazy.
She was named one of the 100 greatest songwriters of all time by Rolling Stone. So I mean, she's a pretty decorated artist in her own right, outside of her work with Fleetwood Mac, man. So Edge of 17 was a huge request across all of our platforms. Yeah. I mean, that's the song that seems to just repeatedly come up for us. So that's the song we're gonna do.
Let's get it.
So let's get into it, man. Continuing on with the Classic Rock Marathon, Stevie Nicks, Edge of 17. Who is this? This is
Can you handle it? I don't think you can handle it, right? Or some shit like that, right?
And it's cool.
Sounds like she's singing. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh, just like the wind does.
This is fascinating.
I don't know what she was saying there. We got to go back, but
it says just like the white winged dove. I never would have guessed that she said that. I've always said just like the.
Yeah.
You know how you do that shit? Like you don't know the lyrics?
Like Martin on Bad Boys and shit. When they were doing the Bad Boys, that's what we do. We just try to just hum the lyrics.
Hum the melody. The melody and the lyrics. So clearly we've heard at least the chorus before. And the funny thing is those initial riffs are extremely distinctive. That is from, I think, Ryan was singing it as well. I think it's from Destiny's Child.
Handle it or some shit like that they were saying. I don't know. I might be
Destiny's Child though. Yeah, I believe Destiny's Child sampled those initial riffs, and then we recognized the melody and obviously the chorus here as well. So off top, we've heard this somewhere, at least heard the chorus somewhere. Let's keep it going. But that chorus is iconic.
Yes,
I love the way that sounds. Let's start that over. My bad. Yeah. It's cool to hear where these songs come from, you know what I mean? Hear the originals.
Just like the wild winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just like the wild winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. And the days go by like a strand in the wind, in the web that is my own. I begin again. Said to my friend, baby, nothing else matters.
Sing it, girl. Sing it.
He was no more than a baby.
Yeah, she's singing it. I'm sorry. You gotta stop it. I'm sorry, man. Yeah. I love emotion in music, man. And she just got that grit, the way she's singing that. Woo! Yeah.
And again.
Yeah. Baby. What'd she say? Hold on, let me go back. I don't want to slide it.
More than a baby.
Yeah, no, because she
trying
said,
to
but
start
nothing else mattered. The way she said, nothing else mattered. The way she, the grit, in everything she had.
Edge of
gritted.
17, her voice is edgy. Very edgy. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
I know that has nothing to do probably with
I
the
love
actual
the way
lyrics
she
of the
sounds,
lyrics.
though. I
Yes,
love the
me
way
too.
she sounds, man, and it seems like she's owning the
the
song,
shit.
right? Like I'm going. Not only am I going to sing a iconic melody that's gonna be freaking
Soon to be.
Yeah. That's just going to be like saying. I think that melody
Was amazing.
George. It is amazing, but I mean, even if you don't know the song, which we didn't know the song, if someone started singing, like, yo, I know that.
Yeah.
You would automatically know that. So my point is, not only did she write the melody off the chain with the chorus, the way she's approaching the first verse in this,
Her cadence and
she
her-
is just murdering it.
She's
murdering
I
it.
love how she's letting the she's leaving room for cadence within her delivery, which
Yep.
I think is really important. I think a lot of artists just don't execute that very well. Knowing when to let the groove play out, but also on top of that, having sort of this edginess, the grit in her voice, I think is dope. And when I listen to her, when I hear her voice, I hear what I would feel would be an extreme inspiration. Clearly, she's, I'm sure, inspirational or influential rather to a lot of a lot of young women. But you can hear the untamed feeling of her voice, right? It seems so raw in a male-dominated sort of industry. But you could tell she kind of kicked the doors down with her solo debut. You could just hear it. She's definitely impressing us. So I mean, we've heard the chorus, but in its totality, have we heard this song? No.
Right.
So it's still at least I can speak for myself. I don't know if Ryan heard the entire song.
No. I haven't. Well, I can't say I have. I don't remember.
Remember? Okay.
I know
Either
I
way, it's
remember
fresh.
that damn chorus though.
That chorus
That
is
chorus.
amazing.
I remember that.
Yeah, that has been.
And
on
even
some
if we
shit.
did hear it, man, we weren't getting into the lyricism like we are now.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
So-
at all. So it's still, but in my point of bringing it up, it's still a
new.
very fresh listen for us. So let's start that over, man.
One more kid.
Those riffs are so distinctive, bro. So unique.
Just like the wide-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, ooh. Just like the wide-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing.
That sounds like a player. Yeah, sounds like her song.
And the days go by like a strand in the wind, in the web that is bound. I begin again. Say to my friend, baby, nothing else matters.
Yeah, that's my part right there.
He was no more than a baby.
Yeah, she's killing that.
Well, he seemed broken-hearted. Something within him. But the moment that I first lay eyes on you, all alone on the edge of 17.
Hey, come on, bring that chorus back.
Just like the wide-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh.
I felt like I heard those drums somewhere.
I'm glad you brought that up. The '80s drums. That's
Yeah.
what George said. I don't know if you guys heard him. He's all those '80s drums that they've just brought in when the chorus came back in there. One thing that I'm noticing though, George, I hear the '80s influence, but it doesn't. It still sounds creative. It doesn't sound like every other '80s song that we've heard in the '80s. No pun intended. But when we go back and listen to some of those songs now from the '80s, you're like instinctively, because I think what video was that where you were like, I think certain instruments bring you back to the '80s, and you kind of like write the song off too early, like a person could write the song off too early. I forget what video that was.
Probably a Depeche Mode video. I'm not remembering.
Probably.
Yeah.
But my point of saying that is bringing that back up again is the way the drumming is played in this. This is a specific 80s sound, specifically, right? But to me, it has so many other elements in the way she's singing and the melody and the grit and how she's approaching this whole track. It is creative. It's outside of the elements of just the basic 80s song to me.
I hear what you're saying.
So I like that.
Yeah, me too. I think it's great.
That sounds dope.
I think what it is, Ryan, is that I feel like it's just the 80s drums by themselves. I think what happens is, I think
okay.
when people hear 80s, sometimes it's just they have to deal with the synths and then they have to deal with the drums that can be electronic, then deal with, maybe auto-tune in there. And I think it's just an overload for a lot of people. I'm not that much of a critic on those 80s sounds. Actually, a lot of my favorite songs are from the 80s. So, but I get what people are saying. If you like straight up the sound of just real instruments without any electronic influence, I get how that can maybe annoy you. But in this, it just seems like up until those drums came in, you heard the piano. Yep. You know what I mean? You heard these really unique riffs that I think are extremely distinctive, man. So bottom line is, man, she's killing this shit though to me. And I just feel like she epitomizes like what I think a female rock star should sound like. Really, really edgy.
Yeah, me too.
And just cool delivery. Like, just cool, man. Yeah. Let's keep it going. I don't think that if anyone were to try to approach this groove, just if you had the music ready to go, that they could have done what she did with this track, man. It's just very difficult for me to imagine that. But I'm trying to get into the lyrics here, man. And I don't know if she's talking about someone.
About a person? Like another person? Or
the song's called Edge of 17. So I guess going into this, my mind was saying, and there's a part here in the first verse where it said all alone at the edge of 17. So that made me think of a 17-year-old person, right? Someone 17 that maybe she loved. He was no more than a baby then. Well, he seemed brokenhearted. So in my mind, I just saw those lyrics. And I'm like, okay, she may be talking about someone that's on the edge of 17 going through sort of a transition period in their lives and maybe they have a broken heart. But as the lyrics went on, when it says, well, I went today, maybe I will go again tomorrow. Well, the music there, well, it was hauntingly familiar. And if you skip down, it says, in a voice from a choir and a melody, nothing else mattered. So I don't know if someone she loved was passed away.
I don't know.
Seems like like maybe a past love of hers. Maybe someone that she knew when she was 17 or something like that passed away. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Sounds like she's at a funeral or something.
But then when we go back to the chorus, right? Just like a white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing, and then it's like, woo. So maybe you're captivated by something that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she's talking about herself.
Maybe.
On the edge of 17, and I was just so gullible and naive and being captivated by certain things, just like a white-winged dove. When you see it, it's just beautiful and it's mesmerizing. So I don't know. Okay. That's just a shot in the dark there.
Interesting.
But one thing that I do know though is I love the way she's approaching the track. Just like you were saying, the way she's approaching this shit is fire.
That's the highlight, man. She really, to me, the highlight of this, sometimes different elements appeal to us or really stick out to us within a song. In this particular case, I think we both can agree is just her cadence, the edginess of her voice. To me, it sounds like in between takes, she was spitting out tobacco. She was just chewing, white-winged dove, what's up? Like she was just...
Yeah, you were crazy.
But let's keep it going.
Nothing else mattered. Just like the white winged dove sings the song as she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. Just like the white winged dove sings the song as she's singing. Say ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. The clouds never expected when it rains, but the sea changes color, but the sea does not change. Slow with the snow, grace
Carrie, everything, the way she carries note.
Hey, hey.
Just like the wide-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Just like the wide-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Well, then suddenly.
Got to pause it one more time, guys, before we get into that. I think this is the last verse here, man. One of the things that I like in this breakdown, man, how the almost the elements change within the song, right? So to your point, when you said, I don't know how many people could pull off this, the way she's approaching this track. I don't know many people that would even be able to do that, especially when the music is minimalistic and you've really got to carry it. Like when she had that growl type of sound that she did within that breakdown, you know, to me, that's just confidence, man. And it just, the way she's approaching that is super soulful to me. You know what I mean? The way she approached that breakdown. I just had to say that because I thought she murdered that, man.
I think she just exudes, like you said, she's exuding confidence, man, and she just, to me, innovation. But I could see men playing this and rocking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not feeling like, you know, there's any sort of bias here, because I feel like her attitude in this, kind of like David Lee Roth, how he just sort of had a cadence and a delivery. His style was so captivating. It's just her attitude and the way she's delivering this in tandem with her edge, to me, is just, if you like music, you like it. You like the way she sounds, you know what I mean? So I could see her voice, her style really breaking boundaries, maybe gender boundaries, to be honest with you. So dope.
Let's standing in the hall. Yeah, yeah, we need love to you that no one really ever heard for at all. When I am searching for an answer, I'm standing down the hall, and not to find an answer, just to hear the call of a night bird singing, come away, come away, come away. Just like the wide-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. Just like the wide-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. Well, I hear you in the morning, and I hear you at nightfall. Sometimes to be near you is to be able to feel you, my love. I'm a few years older than you. I'm a few years older than you. Just like the wide-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Just like the
Yeah, that was just a great song all the way through. Great song.
Yeah, man.
I don't know what she's talking about in these lyrics, man.
Yeah, I don't know either.
At first, I thought it was about a love that passed away.
And then it seems like at the end, she was talking about herself, that she's older than the person that she's courting or whatever.
I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Initially, I thought it was just to me,
Yeah.
it seemed like it was almost like she was at a funeral, because she said, I could hear the choir sing, yada, yada, yada. So I'm thinking she's at a funeral. Maybe someone that she loved at the edge of 17 passed away.
Yeah.
But then as the song went on, I'm like, so we'll look at the lyrics another time. But she crushed it, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I liked it too, man. And one of the things that really stuck out to me, George, when I'm listening to this song, man, and one of the things I really like about this channel is it really gives me time to reflect. Even though I've heard the song, it really gives me time to kind of break things down and really listen to the instrumentation and what's really going on in the song. And I think instrumentation wise, it was great. I think her vocal ability, great. I think the way she delivered and approached this track, great. Those are all things that I wouldn't have noticed in the 80s. I know the song was a big song, but I don't think in the 80s I would have known that what she was doing was on a great, fantastic level.
Yep.
Until now. And listening to this song now, I mean, it's like, dude, there's so many elements in there that she really knocked out the
Killed
park. And it's not a fucking coincidence that she has been in the Hall of Fame twice and has all these accolades in her career, because you can hear that she has it. It's special.
Star.
And the last thing I want to say, George, I know I'm a little long-winded. I apologize.
Keep going.
You said earlier in this video that I'm sure she was very influential to people. And I don't know, guys. I'm just going by what I'm hearing. I hear a little, I hear Cyndi Lauper in there. I hear Madonna in there, you know? So I think these people were very much inspired by her. You know what
I'm sure.
Because I can hear different voice inflections and how Cyndi Lauper and Madonna and people like that would say certain words. I'm like, man, that has Stevie Nicks to me written all over it.
Yeah, 100% she influenced a lot of people, man. Cyndi Lauper, I have to hear a little bit more from Cyndi Lauper, but what I was getting when she was singing was, I'm sure she was influenced by Janis Joplin, who I felt like had sort of the edgy, bluesy soul in there. But I think she kind of took what Janis Joplin did and made it definitely more on the rock side. Like, I feel like this is like the epitome of a rock, hardcore rock voice.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? So in which case, I'm sure Madonna was inspired. It's just an assumption, but I'm pretty sure. How can you be in rock or in music in general and not be inspired by somebody like this and who made such an impact, man?
Yeah, man.
So this song overall, lyrics are a bit ambiguous. I'm not sure if it's about, you know, a love lost due to death or just her mourning maybe a love loss, not death, but just missing someone and maybe heartbreak. I'm not quite sure. But I think we both can agree, man, the way she approached this, her cadence, her tone, the grittiness in her voice was phenomenal. And then also those distinctive sort of riffs in the beginning that Destiny Child sample. Those are the main things that really stuck out to me, man. This was a really, really cool song.
It was, man.
So yeah, shout out to Stevie Nicks, man. That was a great inclusion into the classic rock marathon we have going on, man.
Yes,
that was
sir.
definitely dope. And it's just really cool to see where these songs, the samples that we hear, these little tidbits that we hear, these songs, or the choruses and commercials. It's cool to hear where these things stem from. You know what I mean? And really put a name to it as well. Like, oh, okay, now we got it, Stevie Nicks.
Yes,
So it makes it all look cool in conversation when I bring it up. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, we do have a Patreon channel. You now get exclusive access to our content on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. I'm George. That's Ryan Lost to Vegas.
We out.
We out.